Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into the next seminar. So, good night, everyone. I want to welcome everyone to tonight's episode of Bite-Sized Nuggets. Tonight, we'll be discussing the topic of digital finance. Okay, my name is Carlos Canterbury. I'll be your host tonight. I am technology strategist for OSFX. So recently, as we have come on this journey, OSFX is the main host of Evolving Wealth. As Evolving Wealth prepares itself to establish itself in Barbados, our company, OSFX, will bring about this webinar called Bite-Sized Nuggets. And our topic tonight is digital finance. So tonight's webinar, we're broken into three clear and distinct sections. First of all, we're going to discuss what is digital finance. What actually is it? More importantly, number two, how is digital finance played out in the Caribbean, more importantly here in Barbados? And I think this part is going to be very interesting to you guys. The last aspect of it is tangible visual examples of what digital finance will be used on the platforms that we have researched and developed among the many years OSFX has developed. So we launched our platforms, let persons experience them. So tonight, we're going to give you a backdoor access to see clearly how do we develop these bite-sized nuggets and to establish what digital finance is. Okay, so what is digital finance? First of all, we must clearly identify what is a digital asset. As it comes to OSFX, we determine a digital asset as any item that increases in value due to this intangibility. You cannot hold it in your hand. A lot of persons know about cryptocurrency. You can only hold cryptocurrency in your hand if you have a hardware wallet. Outside of that, that is a digital element. It is independent of any catastrophe like a hurricane, is independent of your local currency. So if the US dollar falls, your cryptocurrency has intrinsic value, however, it is volatile every day. So digital finance is the ability to place your equity, your funds, into something that's intangible, that is allowing it to be protected over the years from both physical calamity as well as financial instability in a given market. That is what we're going to discuss, what is digital finance. Okay, so as we in the Caribbean, most persons know about platforms that exist outside of Barbados, outside the Caribbean. We are now given access to them. So tonight, we're going to go through systematic processes of how you can tangibly access these platforms and actually make a profit. So most persons would have seen the webinar poster, see that the price at the bottom 25 US. But what we did not include on the poster is that person can pay 25 US and be given clear and distinct processes to take that 25 US as digital finance and reverse that into 120 US in USD Tether. Now you're going to ask yourself, Carl, how are you going to take $50 billion, 25 US, and in one night cause that value to 5 times in value? Stick around, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to discuss that. You're going to be seeing proof of this, okay? Now, we're going to take this journey very slowly, very point. Any person want to ask any question during it, go right ahead. So how is digital finance played out in Barbados? Most persons have an ideology of two things. Either it be a financial institution that is owned by an external entity. I'm going to be using terms tonight such as financial institutions for a reason. I will not be referring to any companies by name, okay? So any given time when you hear me say financial institutions, these are establishments within Barbados that you take your funds on. You get an ATM card, you go to the ATM, draw your money off, and we have terminologies for those places. Then we have local establishments in Barbados that are locally owned that we also put our funds on, and we enjoy higher interest rates compared to the other institutions, okay? So what happens when you place your funds on these establishments, ladies and gentlemen? I personally believe That is an example of digital finance. You have cryptocurrency, but also when you see those numbers on the screen, when you go to the ATM, that in my friend, that is also an example of digital finance. Your funds are ones and zeros. Okay, so what I would instruct you tonight is the possibility of not only taking those funds and placing it on your local establishment of finance management. I'm going to instruct you, give you advice how to take those systematically and move them from point to point and achieving two things, ladies and gentlemen. Most persons believe, I don't agree with this. Most persons believe that when you move digital assets from one platform to the next, you have to pay fees. Persons know the high gas fees of moving Ethereum. Most persons know the length of time it takes to move Bitcoin. Most persons may not be aware about the process that OSFX, through Evolving Wealth, uses to move large amounts of cryptocurrency at little to no fees, ladies and gentlemen. And most importantly, this is within the last 24 hours, ladies and gentlemen, is that our company has devised and tested at least 3 times within the last 24 hours how to move large amounts of fiat currency. Yes, I said it, fiat currency for less than $1 US. You're going to ask me, Sakar, how are you doing this? Due to the extensive research and development of our company, we've developed processes to actually move funds using digital assets. Okay, so I've discussed what a digital asset is. We've discussed how we approach digital assets in the confines of local Barbados using the financial institutions. So right now, ladies and gentlemen, for the remaining of today's call, I'll be showing you clear, concise methods. Now, those persons are going to touch on the 25 US. Now, the person said 25 US. Those persons, there are some persons who actually paid before the webinar started. So right now, I'll be showing you tangibly how that works, even to the point, because before, persons would just see me bring up the screen and you see it, on the screen and whatnot. What I'm going to show you is the process I take to log on to these screens. Because before tonight, we have 4 episodes on a platform we call Untitled. That system we went through. Episode 1, what is a digital asset? Episode number 2, how do you secure these assets? And number 3, where you actually process how do you grow these assets? And episode number 4 tonight is pretty much understanding how do you take this process and make it beneficial for you. Okay, so tonight we're going to show you clear and concise practices of how you're going to take your digital assets and grow them exponentially. So I'm going to be working with 25 US and allow persons to see that 25 US is there. I'm not using any of it. I am just following practices that we've developed to put cold, hard digital assets within your account. Now, first of all, we also discuss where do you place these assets. Now, we've developed a systematic approach of placing your funds on what we call software wallets. We're going to discuss a hardware wallet in a second. Really great opportunity, y'all guys. But the number 1 asset holding platform, which we call a software wallet, is a platform called Nexo. Now, persons can follow this process on the webinar, but the webinar for those persons who pay can also be available that you can watch the video and pause it and actually instantly see your financial return. So a person can follow me on the call now, or the person will have the recording and follow themselves. So I'm going to share my screen now. Okay, y'all can let me know when I have a screen up, y'all can see it. So can everyone can see my screen?
Yep, yes,
we can.
Perfect. Okay, so let's get right into this, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, saving stuff. Okay, so let's say, for example, I want to join Nexo. So what you do, what we've done is allow persons to enjoy the benefit of referrals. Nexo.io gives you $10 in BTC, as well as the person who you refer $10 in BTC. So right now, I am not using any of those funds that person would have paid for tickets. I am just simply going to contable.com, clicking a link, joining, and placing funds in that wallet. And what Nexo.io does, it gives you $10 in Bitcoin. This is not US. This is a digital asset that will increase and fluctuate in value, yes. But right now, you can see that I'm going to bring up the chart in a second, is that Bitcoin is doing some incredible movements right now. Okay, so I'm going to start from scratch. You go to cointopia.com. Okay, so you have the poster for the webinar. Some guy that may look familiar on this webinar right now, and you click. See here at the bottom, you have these icons. You have Nexo, you have TransferWise, we're going to discuss in a second, also Phoenix. But a person can choose the Nexo icon, right? One that does, it brings up to this one, join and earn $10 in Bitcoin. Ladies and gentlemen, when you join this platform and you pass KYC, this is what's going to happen. You're going to have an icon at the bottom indicating that once you deposit 100 US of any digital currency, you will receive 10,000 Bitcoin, as well as the other person receive 10,000 Bitcoin. So you click on Evolving Wealth link, you join Nexo here. You are using a platform, you're funding it. Nexo gives you 10,000 Bitcoin, and Evolving Wealth receive that as well. So clearly, ladies and gentlemen, I'm showing you, you are not using any personal funds, or you're using your email address. You're submitting your KYC, your ID, your address, and whatnot. Once you pass advanced verification, the website gives you that, and there is no limit, ladies and gentlemen. You can do this for your friends. You can do this for your family. You can do, there's no limit, because Nexo.io, we research platforms that work outside of the United States. So ideally, what you want is platforms that have proven that work and are accessible, because we provide 3 A's: awareness, access, and advantage. But how do you get advantage? By application. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, what I'm starting off with this website is pretty much what you can say is one of the platforms that gives you multiple benefits. Persons can look at, let's say, interest. This website gives you approximately 10 and 12% interest yearly on your idle assets. But not only this, ladies and gentlemen, they give you this interest daily. So they don't wait to December to give you this interest. You would just have funds on here, and every day you get interest on this coin, on both cryptocurrency and fiat, USD, Euro, and British pound. Okay. So our next thing we're going to look at is PayPal US. So Carl, I'm in Barbados. How am I going to get PayPal US account? Now, we're going to not go through the process of actually creating a PayPal US account. Okay, so I just want to do this for demonstration purposes, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. So most persons will understand how PayPal works in Barbados. So go to PayPal/BB. So what you do is go to PayPal US, and when persons that require assistance in this respect, what will happen is that we have processes here, our effects via Evolving Wealth, to give you one-on-one consultation sessions. They are available at fee. So any person who needs assistance, because every person has varying levels of technical ability, and if you need assistance in joining these platforms in any way, form, or fashion, our team, myself and my team members on the gutter, have the wherewithal to actually provide that assistance to you. Okay. So we're going to log into, so we go to paypal.com US and sign in. And this is one of our subsidiaries at ID machines. Okay, so once you log in, I'm going to show you all since I'm already behind. When you have the PayPal US account, you get access to some powerful tools, ladies and gentlemen. So as you can see here, there's money waiting for me. And why is that? Because the next site I'm going to show you, ways.com, also gives you funds for joining it and referring to other persons. So PayPal, okay? So what happens is that, like you see on the top of the screen here, refer a friend and earn 10 US. Now, this is not 10 US only for the person that you referred. This is also 10 US for you. And you can do this up to 5 times, ladies and gentlemen. And by extension, the person you referred, they can do it 5 times. So both of y'all, well, you can get 50 US. The person who you referred can get 60 US. The 60 US, the 10 US, they receive when you refer them. That's number one. And then the other 5 persons that they refer when they're joined. How is that possible? When you click on this link, it sends an email to a person. The person does not have a PayPal account. The person joins and the person gets a cent in their account. What happens next is the person can then use PayPal. All they have to do is purchase, send $5 US. Once they have clicked that $5 US to one person, it kicks off an automated response, and PayPal pays you $10 as well as the person you referred. Now, what I've done this on the research and development, ladies and gentlemen. So ideally, my responsibility as a technology strategist is not to do this for a profit, just to prove that it works. And once that's done, we can come to y'all, ladies and gentlemen, as clients and tell you what this works. So that is PayPal.com, which is 10 US, the 5% 50 US. 10 of the BTC from Ways.com, from Nexo.io. So right now we're using mathematics, we're at the 60 US. You know, we're halfway there, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so now I want to show you a pretty nice website right now. But before I go there, I'm going to discuss to you a powerful element that PayPal US has that not even the PayPal Barbados website has. Okay. Now, the way you do this, I will not mention the name of the company, but there's a local company in Barbados that provides you with a US shipping address. Persons who are interested in that can contact us. Now, once you have your PayPal US fully configured and whatnot, what our team does, we then connect it to the next website, which is called Ways.com. What is Ways.com? Ways.com gives you multiple fiat addresses all in the world. You get virtual checking account, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so you can join Ways.com using our link as well. I'm going to show that in a second. Instant benefits when you join up, instant benefits where you use, and also referring person as well. So let's look at that. So when you actually connect your account to Ways.com, you can have this account here, ladies and gentlemen, to be $0.0. Let me show you the power of this. You can pay someone not for the balance that's in PayPal, but you can have US currency sitting on your Ways account and pay the person from that. So what PayPal does is sets up a direct debit account with both Ways and PayPal. But ladies and gentlemen, this is a very powerful tool. What I advise you to do is make sure that you always have over 1.5 times the value you're paying in your Ways account, because what you do not want to happen is that when PayPal goes to get the funds, they're not there. Keep in mind, you know, this is like a Visa debit card. When you have a credit card, you're using the bank's money. But with this method, you're using your actual funds on Ways.com. So it's a powerful tool, ladies and gentlemen, whereas you are not using your PayPal balance, you're paying from funds you have on an external platform because of the relationship, the direct link that our company will create for you. These are powerful tools. You just have to manage them well, okay? So I'm going to show you the process to actually join Ways.com. So you bring up, once more, you bring up comfortable.com. You see here, Ways, right next to next, so click on Ways. Look what the screen says, okay? So we're gonna log in. This is actually my account. Let me log out to show you. I can see it. I'm gonna log out. Okay, so click on Ways. And once you click on that link, this is the first thing I'm gonna tell you. Welcome, Carl has given you a free transfer up to 500 Great British pounds. Now, using that link, not only are you going to be able to join Ways.com, but all the benefits I'm going to give you. Okay, and honestly, I did not even include this feature into the 120 US benefits. All I did was clearly focus on referrals, ladies and gentlemen. There are multiple ways to use these websites, and you can repeat these over and over again by referring persons. So right off the bat, you can transfer up to your account 500 British pounds with no fees. Yes, I said it. Your first initial transfer, once you use the link on our website, you can join Ways.com and enjoy the benefits of that. So I don't want to join because I'm already a member. So right now I'm going to click on login. Now, what happens is that when you install the app for TransferWays, you go through a two-factor authentication. One method is that the app comes up and asks you, okay, well, Carol, was that you to log in? You say, yes, it was me. Or if you don't have the app installed on your phone, it sends you an SMS link to your phone. So in past times, when clients provided access, our members did not have full access to their accounts. Persons will have to give us two-factor authentication to actually log in on their behalf, okay? So in this case, we're gonna go through the process of logging into my transfer. I'm gonna run through the companies that we receive payments from, as well the options to actually get money, funds via Ways.com, okay? So as you can see here, we wait on your response. So I'm gonna take up my phone. I'm gonna actually make my phone host, and I'll switch back, okay? All right, so let's get that part. Let's go right. So what I'm going to do is actually open my phone and click on the actual Waze account and click and say, yes, it is me. So you're not seeing me doing it on the screen. And then bring in the app and click on saying, yes, it is me. It's my log. Right, so I'm not doing anything. And there you go. So I just logged in using my phone. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to discuss with you how you actually earn funds on this platform, and then also show you the past history of all of the research websites we've used. So ideally, ladies and gentlemen, Waze.com, imagine it, is like the Miami International Airport of fiat. You can use this platform to connect to multiple currencies, ladies and gentlemen. You can see here, you have Euro, US currency, you have Australian dollars, Canadian dollars. Opening up a virtual account is as simple as open a balance, okay? And you just choose for any currency you want. Now, the two options, they give you a virtual account, so you actually have your information, or they allow you to purchase the currency and have it in safe transfers. You don't get the banking details, but you can use that to pay persons, okay? So any given time, I want to get paid in US dollars, it's going to click on my US account. PayPal, for example. So when PayPal asks me for my US bank, or I come here and click on my USD teacher, I have the problem showing the persons. And then click on that. And I can see here all my banking information for my US bank. I connect that to PayPal, and PayPal pays me on Waze.com. Now let's talk about the earning potential. Here you can see invert and earn at the 50 Great British Pound. For the post that I posted this at Saturday, it works out to be approximately 69 US and a couple of change. So let's round it up to 70 US. So this is how it works, ladies and gentlemen. Persons are constantly moving funds left and right. So what Waze.com has set up, invite three friends, apologies, and earn 50 Great British Pounds. And what those persons have to do, all they have to do is use the website, send up to, it said over 200 pounds themselves, and you get 50 Great British Pounds, and they get it. They're just responding to a link you sent them. They have no clue what Waze.com is. They have no clue what it is, but you've enjoyed the benefits of it. You're just sharing it with them. They're using it. They're transacting money, and boom, and Waze.com tells you, well, thank you for promoting our website. Here's 50 Great British Pounds, and we've also given it to your referred. And that there is no limit to that, ladies and gentlemen. Now let's see the potential that Waze.com has. So right now I'm going to show you a couple of websites that through our research and development, all you have to do is sign up. Like let's take example, Veeam.com. I'm not going to bring the website. Okay, so I'm going to click on my US currency. I'm going to search through my history and type in certain companies. And then you can see that it actually works. I'm going to mention that most persons may not even know that works in Barbados. So let's say Veeam. Veeam wants to market itself as PayPal for businesses. So all you do, let me just bring this over here, is you go to as simple as that. Let's say a chat in the box. You have a platform called Veeam.com. Veeam.com markets itself as a platform that wants to be PayPal for businesses. They're doing something very unique. They're not sending currency using what you call normal fiat currency over the normal SWIFT network. They're sending fiat currency over blockchain. This is unheard of. So I will not go into my speculation of how they're doing it. I'm just going based on what they have said in their official documentation. They have said that they are transacting funds, fiat currency over the blockchain. So since they are an upcoming network and they want to make a name for themselves, is that what they're allowing to do is sign up. We've tested it more than once, and you can see here it sent 25 US to my Waze.com account. So you go to Veeam.com, insert your email address, tell Veeam.com where you want your bonus to go. You type in the US bank that Waze.com gave you, and voila, within a couple of days, within 3 days, they pay you 25 US. Now, based on this webinar, that approximately has lowered to 10 US. It fluctuates based on where you are in growth. But ideally, in Barbados, you can get 25 US. Now, let's look at another company. A lot of persons may not know that Cash App actually is configured to work in Barbados. Okay, so the company that owns Cash App is a company called Square. Okay, so let's look at Square here. Okay, so you can see here, now for research and development, my responsibility is not only to just install the app on your phone, not only to make sure that the app itself receives funds, it has to be tested to make sure that the funds pass through, receive, come to your Waze account, and then you can actually traverse using our methodology. So persons came to the webinar tonight and actually joined and seen this for the very first time. First, may ask, Carl, how do we do all these websites? Are you going to show me? Now, our members here at OSFX, using our practices for our platform of Evolving Wealth, we provide you one-on-one consultation. So basically, any person who wants assistance for themselves, persons have varying levels of technical abilities. So what I'm saying is that persons can join and actually these websites, if they need assistance, we can provide it for you. Maybe we'll discuss those fees on a one-on-one basis. Okay, so this is an example of Square. Square is Cash App. So we would walk you through the process of installing Cash App on your phone, walk you through the process of actually having funds placed on Cash App, and show you how to connect Cash App to Waze.com. And as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, multiple times, I'm just moving $6, $1. This is a proof systematically day after day that the process works. And here now, I can come and show you all guys all the way back in April. We were doing R&D on this to make sure it works. So persons, like I said, I want to call the establishment in Barbados that are responsible or have the capability of moving funds. But imagine this, you have a family member who has Cash App on their phones and they want to send funds. And you can actually give that person your Cash App handle. Send your funds using our method to your Cash App on your phone, then send that funds to Waze.com, and then we have a method of bringing those funds to your account. In the last 24 hours, with our methodology of moving a large amount of fiat for less than $1 US, you can also put it on a physical card. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. You can now have your Cash App funds on your card, PayPal funds on your card, and also Waze.com. Here, right here in Barbados, ladies and gentlemen. And for persons to know more about that, they can contact us. So what I'm saying is that we have gone systematically on these websites to first determine how they work, and I could go on. Okay, so basically you can see how easily you can get to 1.5 US tether using these sites, and there are other ones as well too. Okay, so what I want to show you now is another emerging platform that is going to allow persons to actually access further in their digital finance walk. Okay, so I've gone through certain websites that person joined, KBC, and so forth. Now, what about exchanges? Okay, so what an exchange is allowing you to place your digital assets and trade them based on fluctuating prices. Now, let's say, for example, you want to place your funds on our website. Now, what we've done, we've scoured the internet and to look for platforms up and coming that fit the model of pulling funds together and allowing the persons who hold them, not only do they benefit from any certain asset rises or falls, but when you're hodling, and for ladies and gentlemen, what hodling is just a fancy term saying that when you purchase a digital asset, just because it loses value, you hold on to it because you understand the true power of digital assets. They're not used as money. Let me say that one more time, ladies and gentlemen. Bitcoin is not money. Bitcoin is a store of value. And once you acquire it, the only time that I personally sell Bitcoin is to buy more of it at a cheaper price. I don't short, however, allowing you to choose your positioning as you acquire your digital assets. So what is this website? Okay, and ladies and gentlemen, you have the opportunity now to sign up for their pilot program and to not only be a part of their platform, they will ship to you for free, yes, for free, a USB hardware wallet. And that website is called Bullish. So once you go to bullish.com, you can see private pilot is live now. I already signed up. My USB drive is actually at FedEx collected in America. It should get in Barbados on the 10th. I'll show all the email indicating that in a second. But let me just go through the back end, because OSFS is really needy in understanding how technology works and passing that knowledge onto its clients. So what is bullish? Now, I mentioned pools. So ideally, all the funds that are on the exchange of bullish.com, let's say there's one humongous Bitcoin pool. No, you don't sell it, you don't trade it, you just have it in your wallet. Now, most persons understand how staking works, but Bullish has a very unique approach to this. So as you place the funds on Bullish, as in the trend of acquiring wealth as it ascends in value, you now have the opportunity of moving your funds from one platform to theirs. They're gonna compensate you for that. You're just the whole net sort of works when you have idle assets and you're getting daily interest. Bullish.com is going a little step beyond that. Well, in a bull run, as the asset is increasing in value, and you're taking your funds from other websites and taking it there, you're gonna enjoy the benefits of that. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, what I'm gonna show you is, and this is never, I've never done it before. I'm gonna show you the email address we've used for our Contopoli website. And why I'm gonna show you that, because we're focused and dedicated on transparency, ladies and gentlemen. Letting you know that the members of OSFX are really focused on making sure that persons know these are proven practices. This is not just talk. This is actually tangible practices that you can actually earn wealth. Now, why are we doing this? We believe one of the main reasons why we actually launched the Evolving Wealth Company is that we want to enhance the mindset and the awareness to remind people about the power of digital assets. Now, this company is a US company shipping via FedEx to Barbados a hardware wallet. And you have to pay $0.00, ladies and gentlemen. All I did was sign up, put my address in Barbados, and hit submit. And in a couple of days, I saw the email that your USB key is being delivered to you. It has been picked up to be delivered, and it should arrive in Barbados on the 10th. So in 3 days, I would have received a USB key to an emerging platform that has not even launched yet to the major public. They're allowing me to partake in its pilot phase. So ladies and gentlemen, this is just a snapshot, a little snippet within this brief webinar tonight to allow persons that you have unprecedented access to all of these platforms. And from the webinars going on from tonight, persons will be posting their questions from all the world, and those questions will be answered live on Byte-sized Nuggets. So ideally, we're focusing on digital finance tonight, ladies and gentlemen, but Byte-sized Nuggets will be used from a myriad of technological platforms, bringing those solutions to you. So not only cryptocurrency, not only finance, but when it comes to how is the best way to maximize the performance of your computer. Well, most persons want to install apps for digital management on their phone, and their phone can't even take them. Your hard drive is using a normal hard drive. It is not using a solid state hard drive. It is not running at its optimum speed. You're dealing with a company, OSFX, that not only has the knowledge of how to get it done, but the opportunity to actually to partake of those platforms. So I'm just going to show you briefly, ladies and gentlemen, the email that they sent that we get that FedEx has the card, the device waiting for you. Okay, so for purpose of the demonstration, I did not show all the other emails for security purposes, but I'm not going to show you the specific email I want to show you. So it says on your screen, hi Carlos Member, your package from eSky Professional Service Limited is on its way. Need to make change delivery, manage delivery. So ideally, this is visual proof, ladies and gentlemen, that Bullish sent myself my USB key. So I'm going to look at what is the process of actually doing that. A lot of persons place their digital assets in what I call software wallets. I believe if you do not have the private keys for your cryptocurrency account, meaning that you do not have those characters that you need to use, you'll have a wallet within a wallet. Yes, there are platforms that give you your keys, but they're still, in my mind, still centralized platforms that they are subject to attack in the event of some sort of malfeasance. However, when you have your physical assets in your hands, you may have a connection on the website, but that physical device has your assets on it. So, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm going to say to you tonight is that OSFS using Byte nuggets are going to consistently show you these things to how to move your assets back and forth. Okay, so that in a nutshell is what we wanted to show you all tonight. Now, as we more of not give you that behind the scenes element, most persons understand that we want to give you unprecedented access to this. So education, awareness, knowing that these possibilities can work, okay? These actually have been proven to work. Next step is giving you access to them, allowing you to know how to get on the websites, how to join them, how to actually benefit from them. And then most of all, how do you get the advantage? And how do you get advantage? By application, by allowing yourself to be educated, to change your mindset. And I've shown you a lot of tangible things tonight. Websites that work, I've shown you some values that work, I've shown you opportunities that even are working now, are coming on the scene now. So not only are we showing past history, we've been doing this, current processes, which we have proven, and also upcoming platforms are showing great potential and also give you access to those as well. So right now, past, present, and future, our company is geared towards to give you those solutions, okay? So ideally, what we want to do is to increase your mindset to these things. So our company will be doing you a great disservice of allowing you access to these platforms, but not re-educating you on how to do it. For one, the questions persons ask, Carl, what's going to happen when I have over $10,000 coming to my account? What happens then? What is your platform going to do for me? So we work closely with our clients to identify what their requirements are. And that was one of the major driving forces for launching Byte Nuggets. So ideally, persons for all the Caribbean can send in their questions. Our internal team will review these questions and see what best fit what we want to discuss, and then choose these questions. So person will have the opportunity to have their questions answered live on here every Saturday at 8 p.m. on Byte Nuggets. Right now, we're discussing digital finance, but Byte Nuggets will be a platform for persons all the Caribbean. So let's say once the platform matures, get more followers and whatnot, any given person who has a clear and concise vision and wants to get their company viewed instantly across the Caribbean, they can submit their question, they can submit their nuggets to Byte Nuggets, and let it be a collaboration across the Caribbean. Because I firmly believe in the Caribbean value equivalent. This is not someone determining your wealth based on your dollar value, based on what you have in bank. That's not what it is. Most persons must understand that the Caribbean people are deeply intelligent. They're extremely persistent. So ideally, what we want to do is be identified not by what we have in the bank, but how quickly can we make 10,000 US in a given day repeatedly. Yes, I said it. No, don't let persons focus on you based on what is in. You're not a number. You must look intrinsically and see who God has designed to be, and every day manifest that repeatedly. Understand? who God placed you here to be. Okay, so you not every day look and see yourself through the eyes of other persons. Yeah, when persons commend you for doing a great job, you are practicing, you're expressing what God has placed you on the earth to do. So as you accept it, but accept it with humility and realizing that it's not you, but it's the God within you that's doing these things. And ideally, persons will see the great wealth of creativity, talent, and mentality that Caribbean people have. I've experienced it with Barbadians. Not only do I have a vision for what Barbados is, I believe our tagline for our company we formed, the tagline is called Legacy Redefined. Okay, I do not believe, this is my personal understanding, or this is my personal belief, ladies and gentlemen, that legacy are not based on stuff you did in the past. I do not believe that. I believe that legacies are built. They're structured within you. You are predestined to achieve this. So God placed you in Barbados for a purpose. God could have placed you anywhere in the world. He would have placed you with any two parents. He chose those two persons to bring you into the world for a purpose. What we're seeking to achieve here at SFX is to create platforms such as Evolving Wealth to allow you to tap into that persistent personal that Barbadians have. We went through systematically processes like not be able to move due to medical reasons. A hurricane hit Barbados. We were on the asphalt, and Barbadians still get up and go. There's a persistent drive in Barbados. I call it strong-mindedness. It's not a negative term. It's that Bajans know who Bajans are. And once we're given the tools to excel, once we're given the opportunity to run with, no one cannot match Barbados when it comes to adopting practices, given we have proven results. Once Barbadians see clear proven results and you are shown what to do, stay back, watch, and marvel of the opportunities that will manifest as a result of other Barbadians excelling. So OSFX, through Evolving Wealth, we're launching Bite-sized Nuggets as a platform every Saturday night, so persons to actually come on and enjoy the benefits of all this information. So tonight, persons will have the opportunity to pay 25 US. Now, we did not go through step-by-step process of 5x your money in one night. The most important thing is that it is not Carl sitting on the computer and instructing persons to follow step 1, step 2. Our first step is to let you know these things exist. Number 2, give you access to them. 3, show the advantage, okay? And allowing persons to systematically repeat this and share with other persons. So Bite-sized Nuggets becomes a platform for expression and results, not just a lot of hyperbole. Oh, I heard about this website that works. It gives you 10% daily. I want to see what it's about. Okay, did you get your money yet? You said you people last week. Did you get your money? Yeah. Or you join the website yourself, and you yourself are waiting to see results, and you're not telling your best friend about it because you don't want to show him it works until you get paid first. Mindset, ladies and gentlemen. Your opportunity could be that person, not the platform you're joining on, but the fact that you actually trusted that individual with an opportunity that could better their lives and yours. So, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, as you came on Bite-sized Nuggets, this is the pilot episode. We had 4 webinars leading up to this point, and we're dealing with digital assets. But tonight, we want to take it to a new level. We want to show you and walk with you and provide you with those platforms to actually take your funds systematically and move into the next level. So what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen, is that persons who came on this call may have received a Zoom link. They joined and they heard this guy talk about digital assets and digital finance in Barbados, and he showed us some screens and whatnot. But if there's one thing you listen to tonight, listen to this. When you move from one point to the next, you're not focusing on who you are in this current state. You are focusing on who God designed you to be. And that means you're instantly looking back at what person said about you. You're purposely looking past where you came from and intentionally looking beyond your current state of finances, socioeconomic status, right? I guess somebody even say it, even skin color or gender, let's just say it. That the opportunities that you're going to provide, because I personally believe that you place Barbados on a technological platform, you will not see yourself as a third world country. You do not see Barbados as that. I see us as a people that have a purpose that is built into our DNA, and we are born to lead. But before you learn how to lead others, control others, the first person you must learn to lead and control is yourself. And you dig into you, let the song melody go, you said, who God says about you. There's something that calls you to play that lane. There's something that's inside of you that wants more. I call it self-preservation. You're preserving that person so that God gave you, God designed you. And when walking in obedience, and I'll be saying this, ladies and gentlemen. My father above told me, Carl, when you come on these platforms and you speak to the people, you must understand what I told you. Money does not have value until you give it away. Yeah. I'm not saying give it away without purpose. You must be a good steward of what God gave you. Mindset, purposefulness, consistency, loyalty. These are things that go beyond just having money in your bank, ladies and gentlemen. Bite-sized nuggets, understanding the true wealth God has given you within your mind. You cannot put a dollar value to that. So I'm speaking about digital finance. Ones and zeros on your screen, you use it. Money was made to be spent. But ladies and gentlemen, I want to walk with you. I want to give you those nuggets that you can actually walk. When you leave this webinar and you play back in your mind what that guy was talking about, there may be something about what he's saying, I want to know more. You can reach out to us. And from Monday to Friday or later to the next webinar, we will make ourselves available to you. And yes, persons who want to take 25 US and 5 times it in one night and repeat that process. I've clearly shown you tangible ways based on our proven research and development. How do you get that done? If you want assistance with that, that's more than possible. However, as persons get this information, get these opportunities, what we want is for you to share this. Share this opportunity with other persons. Allow Byte-sized Nugget to be first on many platforms in the Caribbean, not only in Barbados, that will allow persons not only to excel in their wealth, but their mental wealth. Understand that Caribbean people are extremely talented. And all we need is that opportunity of consistency. We don't need anyone to have the handless job. We don't need that. Caribbean people are very versatile when it comes to that. However, this is what we want, the opportunity to be consistent in what God has designed us to be. That is what we need. And to get that done, first step, my best friend Sonia said, Carl, as you explain the vision, the first person that you have to consume in that vision is you let it consume you. Let it push you to new levels. So ladies and gentlemen, tonight is an opportunity you have to build and redefine your legacy from this point onwards. Okay, so this is the official end of the webinar. And what we've done here is we created 3 elements. The first 45 minutes an hour is the official webinar. Right after that, we open the airwaves for a person to authentically share comments and questions. They can ask me any question about what I presented, any questions you may have heard in the news, the current price of Bitcoin, anything. And then afterwards, persons can also see behind the scenes, actually seeing me go through systematically my process, Bitcoin charting, acquiring Bitcoin, even process of even turning funds repeatedly over. So we're going to give you 3 accesses tonight. You saw the webinar, you saw what we can provide to you, but also persons who decide to stay on can also have an open discussion, very candidly open discussion on what was presented, or even ideas or even nuggets they want to discuss or even their own questions. And then a third section, ideally, a behind the scenes look. So the official webinar is for an hour. One more hour is for open discussion, and another hour for behind the scenes looks. And any person can be accessible to us. So as we develop Byte Nuggets to be a platform for Caribbean people, yes, we understand there are other entities that provide information in this sphere of Byte Nuggets. But ideally, we're starting out with digital finance. We're going to open the envelope and see what else is available in the Caribbean. And as persons send their questions and send their businesses in, to allow a person to access them. So a person that lives in Jamaica can pitch their nugget to a person that's in Barbados. And how do you find that opportunity? Well, I didn't meet this person. I was on a call on a show called Byte Nugget, and these persons in Jamaica doing excellent stuff. Person in Jamaica heard about someone in Barbados doing excellent stuff. A nugget, bite-sized nugget, but it really helps Caribbean people to connect on a larger scale mentally. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I just want to bring an official end to this first part of the webinar. And then afterwards, we'll go into any open questions and answers for another hour. And then after that, behind the scenes look on what we actually do here at OSFX in our platform, Evolving Wealth, and other initiatives that we've launched. Okay, so for those persons, everyone is open to stay about for open discussion, but this will bring the end of the official episode of Byte Nuggets we discussed and dive into digital finance. So I want to thank every person who came. And at this point in time, I'll open the floor for any questions of yours.